This is the Huntington Tri-State Time Machine, brought to you by Realty Exchange, the top-performing real estate company in the Huntington, West Virginia Tri-State Area. Each week, your host, W.G. Bunch, and his guests share memories and stories about the past, the present, and the future of the Huntington Tri-State Area. That's Huntington, West Virginia, Ashland, Kentucky, and the Chesapeake and Proctorville, Ohio areas. If you used to live here or you currently live here, you're going to catch yourself saying out loud, "Wow, I remember that." Now, here's WG.
What is happening? Here we are. There you are. It's another. No, it's not another. It's an epic Huntington Tri-State Time Machine episode. How are you? WG Bunch, your host. And I am here with, oh my gosh, wait till you hear what's coming up here. I am here with Betsy Martin, my, I don't know if she was my chaperone or someone who was just leading me through a crazy day. But she is my special guest. We're talking Camden Park today. Betsy, how are you?
Well, hello. It's very good to see you.
And we got so much to talk
see you
about.
again. I just saw you the other day. But first of all, let me just say thank you to our sponsors, Realty Exchange, the top-selling real estate firm in the Huntington Tri-State Area.
And we're talking about, we're talking Camden Park. Everybody's been looking forward to this episode. Let me tell you something. I have been to Camden Park several times as a kid. And I went once in the mid-2000s, and I went once in 4 or 5 years ago with my girlfriend at the time had a company picnic thing, and went, and I chose to play miniature golf with a couple friends, which was not a good choice.
No? No? Not a good golfer there?
Well,
need to work on your game?
It was not just that, but it was I think maybe we rode the Big Dipper, but it was something where I don't know why I wanted to play the miniature golf courses. It was a little you and I are realtors. You know, when you go into a house and you see the carpet is a little worn.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was that kind of case. And Betsy, you've been to Camden Park how often?
This was, honest to God, everyone's really surprised. It was my first time, and I was really excited to go. Like I told you, it's all about the little things in life. You've just got to find joy where you can, and to be able just to take off work for a couple hours and go act like a total kid. Are you kidding me?
And yes, I'm going to get into acting like a total kid. We've said it on. I say it on just about every episode. We are not a Wikipedia page. If you want information on Camden Park, you can find it everywhere. I'm just going to give you the big details, and that is not the big details. That's totally doesn't make sense, but. It opened in 1903. And how did we know that it opened in?
Oh yeah, the workers there, all the very nice people from the vending to the people that had the games, the park ride operators. They had Camden Park shirts on. It said CP03.
And my dumbass thought, I think these are shirts from 2003 that they just didn't sell.
No.
And so I asked.
Well, before we went, the only thing I did was I knew it had different things. It was kind of big. So the only thing I did was look at their website to look at the park map to try to get a lay of the land a little bit. And then I was interested in the history and just. I wish they had more about their history on the website, and I wish they had more. They sell some postcards in the gift store, vintage shots of families and dances that used to happen there. I wish a little bit more of that was on their website.
And yeah, so when I asked this guy, one of the rides, I went, "What's the CP03?" Yeah, Chris Paul is an NBA player, and I was like, "What the hell does Chris Paul have to do with?" And they were like, "It's Camden Park 03. We opened in 1903." I was like. I'm a dum-dum. Okay. So it opened in 1903, and
I don't know how you didn't put that together. I'm not going to lie, ladies and gentlemen.
Look, you have no idea how many tequila shots I did before I got there. Oh. And it's still, even after it's been, I don't know, a week or two since we've been there, it's still the largest amusement park in West Virginia. No one has built one bigger. So that's all you need to know. All right. Overall, your first impression just driving, I'm assuming I know you've driven by it, but your first impression getting to the parking lot is just in the parking lot. We're not in yet, but go ahead.
I was really pleasantly surprised because we went on a Thursday. They're only open from Thursday through Sundays. And there were a lot of cars there, and you were a little bit late. Thank you. So
there's nothing like showing up
20 minutes late in a heat wave, people. Thank God for AC. But, just sitting there people watching, I saw teenage couples coming in and out. I saw people with kids running in and out. People had coolers in their car. They were coming out to get their drinks and their snacks. And I was really pleasantly surprised at how busy it was on a Thursday. And
so my experience started with driving into the parking lot and being greeted with, and I obviously don't blame her, somebody with their arms folded and toe tapping, looking at their watch, and I'm like, you all do this too. Don't say you don't. When you know you're 25 minutes away from something and somebody calls, where are you? I'm 10 minutes away. Okay. And you're like, oh, God, I know I'm not 10 minutes away. I'm 20. But it's like, okay, maybe they'll forgive me once I get there. I always look at it as I'm worth the wait, but that's just me. Anyway.
Yeah, that must just be you.
Nicely played. So, all right. So now we're there. Betsy, she starts off. All right, hold on. You need sunscreen. She could just tell. She was like,
oh, yeah. No, I told people in the last episode when I said Dramamine and sunscreen, you guys don't understand. I'm a full-time realtor. Heat stroke is real. This summer's been really hot. So when I got up Thursday morning, I drank Pedialyte followed by 1 liter of water. I'm not kidding. You have to stay hydrated. You run around outside all day. I took a Dramamine an hour before leaving to go to the park, and I put on sunscreen head to toe 30 minutes before, and I brought Dramamine and sunscreen for WG. The parking lot just squirted it on his arms, his face. I was like, just rubbing it everywhere. Do you want a Dramamine? He refused. He refused a Dramamine.
I did. That's true. I don't want to go to an amusement park all juiced up on performance enhancing drugs.
No, Dramamine is so you don't have a performance accident on a ride. What's wrong with you?
I know.
No, we're getting older. You have to take a Dramamine.
I know. I was just like, as long as I have an ambulance close by, I'll be fine. All right, so we go in. We're now in the park, and let me just tell you, as soon as we get in, that's when I realize I am with a 10-year-old trapped in a grown woman's body.
Oh, you have no idea.
This girl was like, tell me this. Oh, my God. And it was, look, we're going to talk about it, but throughout this podcast, her excitement was genuine, and I'm like, oh yes, I used to ride this. This is the cutest. Oh my God, this is great. It was fantastic. The other thing I want to say is, as soon as we got in, I mean, you've got a parking lot attendant, you've got the people that okay, where are your tickets and stuff.
They were all very, very nice.
They were. Couldn't
have been nicer.
If you know somebody that works at Camden Park, most of them, it seemed like they were high school and college age, but there were plenty of people in their 30s and 40s and 50s. I don't think I know we had a ton of interaction with those employees. They were, I don't remember anybody not being just extremely nice.
Yeah, and they were all really informed, and it was a great day. I mean,
I think the reason why they were so nice, they probably saw us. We didn't have kids with us, and they probably thought they were on Undercover Boss. And
it was a little weird. Like when we first walked in, we walked down Kittyland because I'd never been, and we were going to talk about it on the podcast, like what I thought overall. And we just walked down the first little thing. You see the boat rides and just the little cars that go in a circle. And I was really pleasantly surprised. They're vintage rides. Like they're like the vintage cars and stuff. They're cute. And the little vintage helicopters, and they have the horse cart and everything. I just thought it was just really cute, and they don't make things like they used to. And I would just say take your kids, especially if you have smaller children, because we all have smart tablets, iPhones, all that, smartphones, and it's really great. Just a day of just fun, like get off social media, get off the internet, and I'm just really happy we survived. And when I say survived, WG, I had no doubts about park safety at all. All right, when I say survive, I'm talking about going to an amusement park, walking around on hot pavement in the middle of a heat wave with WG as my guide.
Oh,
all right, would the day end with WG holding my hair back while I'm bent over in a trash can, throwing up dinky dogs?
Oh, God.
Or would the day end with me holding his hair back while he's throwing up in a trash can?
I do need a haircut, yes. Oh, my, yeah, that's, all right, I can, I
didn't know how it was going to go. It was a very hot day. And my secret plan was, like, I really am genuinely, I want to go back already. I just had so much fun. But my plan was, I was like, he's volunteered to take me. The Realty Exchange has sponsored this for us to go. And I was going to wear you out. I was like, I am going to act like a complete child, make you ride every ride, play every game, be as annoying as I can, just to do that to you.
And you won.
It worked. Like, guys, I took him down in 20 minutes. This man was down.
Yeah, yes. I'm not the young man I used to be. Well, all right. So we go through the kiddie park land thing and then we make the big turn. And I wondered, even while I was in the parking lot, why is nobody riding the Big Dipper? I don't understand. And then we got in, and we got. If you've ever seen National Lampoon's Vacation with Chevy Chase, I'm sure most of you have. At the end of the movie, there he is. He's taken the family to Wally World, and Wally World is closed for maintenance. Oh my God. The Big Dipper is closed for maintenance.
I know. I was heartbroken.
And I was just...
WG had a meltdown like a toddler, y'all. I was like, wipe the tears off your face. I had to drag him over to the carousel. We started with the carousel, and I'm on my horse. I turn around, WG's just sobbing like a kid.
She was like, "You are embarrassing me. Stop with the crying." I was like, "Big Dipper is ghost."
I was bummed, though. I'd never been on a wooden roller coaster. There aren't that many left. And I'm hoping, I don't know what maintenance they're doing, but maybe at some point this summer or fall, I'll get to ride it.
But what did you think when, as we kind of walked around it and looked at it, I saw a little bit of fear in your eyes as far as like, is this really, does it just need painting, or this? Yeah, I think our good friend Amy had a great comment on before we went, where that's not going past an FHA inspection. That thing is.
Well, no, honestly, I was looking at it, and I think my jaw dropped because I didn't realize how tall it was. I was like, that's got some height. That is high up. I really didn't know. I'd never seen it before in person, but I really hope they get it up and running, because there's not that. I'm sure it's very expensive. Like, we had one conversation just looking around the park, and you can tell they've done some restoration work recently and some painting and everything, and talking about they're only open certain days a week, but it must be inflation, everything right now, just for them to run the park, to have it open, everyone knows your electric bill and maintenance are the two most expensive things. And I'm just really happy that, it's a tri-state institution. It's been since 1903. I'm happy they're still open and operating. And I would volunteer. I would volunteer a couple hours.
Don't say that.
No, I would.
No,
not to go paint something, not to do anything crazy.
Your cell phone. Your cell
paint
phone's
a
going
snack
off.
shack or something.
Does your cell phone currently say Camden Park?
No,
because it.
No. Seriously, I think it's great. So many people have memories there, and I really think. I hope it sticks around.
If it's been this long, it's going to stick around. All right, I want to move in. Let's go to the rides.
Yes.
Now here, it was one of the first rides, and I know you've got. I think you probably have notes on the rides. I think one of my most memorable. There is a ride called the Rattler, which is. It's one of those circular things. You sit down and you're facing outward, and the big harness thing comes down, and so I was like, oh my God, I don't know if I'm ready for this. And Betsy goes, I think it's just a ride where it just goes up and it comes down. I was like,
yeah, I thought it was one that it just takes you straight up and then it just lets you free fall, so you get that free falling sensation. Let me back up here for 1 second though to explain myself, guys. So, the Big Dipper's closed. So we go to the carousel and the gentlemen, like I said, the ride operators were just so nice. And I just had a big smile on my face because who doesn't want to ride a carousel? Whether you're a toddler to 100, you're going to get on it because it's just clean fun. It's fun. Then we went to our favorite ride we decided was the paratrooper.
Only one we rode twice.
Oh, because that one is so much fun. And when you get on a ride, too, you get such a good breeze. You were cooled down instantly. So we were riding those, and I told you guys I wanted to wear WG out. Well, I look at him. He did not listen. He did not drink a liter of water and Pedialyte that morning. No. All right. The sweat is running off this man. And I was like, oh my God, I've killed him. I've already killed him in 20 minutes.
Well, you're also going, come on, kick your legs. And I was
throw up your hands. Yeah. Let's go. I'm excited. I want to go. And well, anyway, so WG says, all right, we need to grab a bottle of water. So I turn around, I look at the snack shack, and there's a line. It's the one that has the nachos and all that stuff. There's a line.
All the health food.
Yeah. So I turn around, and I see another little building, and I thought on the map that it said it was the Discovery Center. And I was like, oh, okay, so we'll pop in there. We'll go in. We'll stand in the AC for a few. And they had vending machines for water and stuff everywhere. I was like,
you thought it was a little center for senior citizens like me, and you were like,
let's Discovery Center. So I just thought, well, we'll just discover what's in the center, and at the same kill two birds with one stone. Well, we get down there. That building wasn't open that day, and we just happened to be standing in front of the Rattler. And have you guys ever made a mistake? Because I made a big one. I was not paying attention to this ride. When I was on the other rides, I was just having so much fun and just putting my arms up and just smiling. So when we get to it, like he said, I thought it was a free-for-all. You guys.
Oh no, it's one of the if you're not familiar with, it's one of those things. It's like on a big arm, and it starts taking you up, but then you start kind of going around, and then before you know it, you are at higher than 90-degree angles. I mean, you're looking at the sky, and it swings, and
I immediately regretted my decision. Okay, I immediately regretted it. Okay, so this ride not only rotates clockwise, but it swings you in the air on a pendulum. Okay, and you're 50, 60 feet high in the air, and I mean, it really does 90 degrees, like he says. And all this, I was cursing WG.
I was like, do you kiss your mom with that mouth? I mean, Lord.
They were bad curse words. I hate you, WG. What did I let myself get talked into this?
There would be a lot of beeping if she actually said.
Cursing myself, like just the remarks were flying out of my mouth. So we finally get off, and a few seconds, I regain my composure, and I'm like, you know what? Let's do it again. And WG looks at me, and he goes, nope, water time. So then it was time to go grab some water.
Oh God, yeah. And we'd only been there for a little while, and then, all right, because I know you've got no. Let me. I have three that I
go for it.
The Rattler, and then the second. And I'm gonna get a little bit. It's not sentimental, but as far as like, all right, we get to the haunted house, and here's what I remember as a kid at the haunted house. As a kid, I remember in front of the haunted house there were always 2 or 3 little kids with either their dad or their mom or an older sibling or a friend or whatever talking to them, because the little kid is just staring at the haunted house going, nope, I don't want to ride it. I don't want to ride it. I don't want to. And the other person going, come, it's not that bad. No, come on, you'll be fine. No, I don't want to. And then sometimes they would be in the line, and then the kid would just start going, I don't want to do this. No, you'll come on, you'll be fine. And then sometimes it's when you're at the front of the line and here comes the car and it's empty and the attendant is like, time to get in. And sometimes you'd see kids then go, I'm not getting in. I can't.
That's when you pick up your child, just forcibly pick them up, put them in the ride. They'll be a better person for it. Fear is good. Instill fear into your children. It'll make them adults. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding.
and yes. So, what were your thoughts of the haunted house?
Okay, so let me tell you, because I was very impressed. Because you had told me to, we had private conversations when we were planning on what day to go, guys. Like, and he was like, just don't get too excited, because I don't want you to be disappointed when you get there, because
it's not Cedar Point.
Yeah, it's not Cedar Point. And I was, he told me the haunted house, like it was cute, but like there were just some horror like posters hung up in it or whatever. But when I saw it, and I mean, you really notice it because the paint on it is really nice and bright. It's got these beautiful wooden facades and decorations, really intricate cutouts on it. And I was like, it's really colorful. It's really pretty. It looks really good. And when we were
pretty,
yeah, like I've got 2 art degrees, let me tell you, I know good artwork when I see it. Okay. The let's see, it was spooky murals, whatever you want to call it. All the different scenes they had painted on it. That is a true artist right there.
See, my thing is, I had my eyes closed the whole time, so I couldn't tell you what the hell was in there. I was
just really blown away, and it was just Halloween's fun. Halloween, I think I read somewhere last year that Halloween has replaced Christmas for America's favorite holiday, just because of all the the decorations and dressing up and
as far
stuff,
as how
like
much people spend.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yep.
But when we got on the little ride, though, when you go up to the first peak, it turns out I was right, because they had another little painting, a little scene right there,
right.
And then it said, I wish I would have paid more attention. I remember seeing the date like May 2022.
Oh yeah, from the artist. Yeah.
And I don't know if it was the thrill artist or the thrillist artist, but whatever name they go by, they had signed it, and I wish I would have made a better mental note of that, because apparently they did it over in May. And this ride is so cute. It's a fun little ride. You coast up, you coast down, and then all of a sudden you'll come to a turn, and it'll turn fast, and at every turn, they have the painting. It's all done with black light. There's strobes. There's some props. Like, they really did a good job restoring this. I don't know what it was before, but I was really impressed with that. I think riding the haunted house was worth it alone.
It was. I'm sure it's been like that forever, and I hadn't rid it. Hello, English teacher somewhere that. Believe me, you did a good job.
Oh, I do the same thing.
My execution sometimes is not great, but the last time I wrote it, I couldn't tell you. But it was something where I don't remember it being so whips you around and whatnot. And yeah, there's a couple little hills, but and then before you know it, you're out. But you're going, yeah, that was. It wasn't haunted, but it certainly was. It
was successful.
Yes. Did you scream? I can't remember if you screamed or not, or was that me?
You were screaming the whole time.
Okay.
On every single ride. No, but I'm telling you, it's cute. They did a really good job with it, and that ride, it was fun.
Now, the other ride that I want to just briefly mention is, everybody knows what the Scrambler is, I think. The Scrambler is the one that you sit in the car and it kind of everything crisscrosses and stuff. And so, being the gentleman, of course, I let Betsy get in first. And the secret to the Scrambler is always sit on the left. And so
I knew.
And she got in and I said, okay, why don't you scoot over and I'll sit. No, she was like, I know
how gravity works. Yeah. Any kid that's ever ridden a ride, no, whoever's sitting on the right is going to get smushed.
I was like, oh, but she was very nice. She smushed me a little bit, but not too bad. After the ride was done, I was looking for my wallet, which was in my left pocket. My wallet's gone, and I'm like, where's my wallet? And then, Betsy miraculously goes, I found it.
Oh yeah,
it's right here in my purse. I was like, she pickpocketed me while we were on the Scrambler.
I wish I was that smooth.
Well, but she also she looked through the wallet, went, there is nothing. There's nothing in here. Here's your wallet back. I was like, oh, thanks. Hey, that Kiss Army card is very important to me. She was like, ain't nothing in here. Here's your wallet. Anyway,
I have no idea what that is.
Yes, that's all right. Oh, and what is the one thing that you said towards the end? I wish it had a.
Oh yeah, So WG was telling me that it used to have like a skating rink and they used to have big dances there. And I wish they had a giant pool there.
They had one.
They did?
I don't like doing research. Any of my teachers in school could tell you that. But I did find out, yes, they used to have a swimming pool at Camden Park.
That would be awesome. It just seems like it would make sense that it would all be there because it had everything at one point.
Yes. And again, if you guys want to know the history of, and you may be saying, oh gosh, yes, they used to have this and this and this, you can Google it. You can find Camden Park history on there. We're just kind of going through our experience. Let me move to the games. God. And it's all right. I'm going to let you tell the story of you. Wow. I mean, this girl is like, oh, I guess I'll try it.
Oh, no. Anyone that knows me.
Start with the balloon game.
Okay, well, first of all, the arcade where the skee ball is, that was closed, unfortunately, and we really were heartbroken because that's one of the things we wanted to do was, see who could get the highest score. And I told him on the phone, actually, I was like, you don't understand. I'm gonna whoop your butt.
No, you said you're gonna kick my ass. I'm gonna kick your.
I'm gonna kick your ass. And WG goes, well, yeah, I'm just gonna tell you right now, you're gonna kick my ass because I suck. And I was like, I don't care if you do. I am gonna win because when it comes to playing games, I am so down. Like I've scared my friends with board games and stuff before. Like it's just fun. It's fun to get into it. It's just fun to play. So those were down. So they had 3 games open. And what do you call the building it was in?
I think they call it the Midway.
The Midway.
But it's really only 3 things. But yeah.
Okay. Well, in the Midway there, so they had darts with balloons. So we both get 1 dart, and I was like, oh my gosh.
And before I throw the dart, she's going, miss it. I'm like, damn it. And so of course I don't hit anything.
I went first and I missed the balloon, but I did get it to stick in the board. So I was really excited about that. So of course I wanted you to miss it because I wanted to do better than you. It's a competition. And then, so you missed, almost made it though. And I was like, one more.
Almost made it. Wow, thanks.
One more. because I'm determined. Like, I would have stood there if that girl would have let me stand there and like not pay to get darts. I would have just practiced all day and been like, I don't even want a prize. I would just stand there and do it all day and be entertained. Like, it's so much fun. And so I was like, let me buy one more dart. So I got another one and got it, nailed it. So I win the little squishy stress toy. And then we decided to try the other ones because I told you guys I was going to wear them out and make them try everything. The second game was the duck pond game where, you pick up a little ducky. I think that's more for little kids.
Yeah, which we did not do.
Yeah, we didn't do that one. The last one is the beanbag game. You get 5 beanbags, and they have all these like stuffed animals that you have to throw and knock over, and you have to knock over 3.
Yeah, okay? I think you get 5 beanbags, and you have to knock over 3 out of your 5. Yes.
Yeah. So I start going, and it gets. Let me also say, I have really. My concentration face is not pretty. It is scary. I get very intense. Like, if I'm going to do something, if I'm going to do anything, I'm going to do it. And I was focused.
You look like you look like a pitcher from the Houston Astros I was like, damn.
Yeah, I pity people that don't know me really well and they watch me play a game or anything because they're just like, this woman is scary. No, I'm not. I promise. I'm the biggest goofball ever. It's just, I would really like to win. So I start throwing and I knock 2 of these things over.
Well, no. Hold it. Here's the real story. You have 5 beanbags. You must knock over 3 of the clowns or whatever. The first pitch from Betsy is a miss. The second is a hit. The third is a miss. The fourth is a hit. She has 1 beanbag left. She must knock over the stuffed clown thing or whatever to win the prize. And
then WG pulled out his cell phone to start videoing it. And the only reason I looked at him and I was like, no, was, guys, it was hot. I had pulled my hair up in a ponytail. Sweat was just running down both of us. The heat index was over 100 and we're on asphalt. All right.
Yeah.
So thank goodness this video did not survive because
no.
I was like, I will throw your phone. No, I'm kidding. But so I wind up with my last one and nailed it. And the girl was so nice. Instead of giving me another squishy toy, she let me trade those in for the small stuffed elephant. And I drug it around the park. He was like, "Are you going to carry that all right?" I drug it around with me everywhere like a child.
Well, she's jumping up and down, going, "Oh yes."
Oh yeah, I forgot where I was, and I turned around. I was like, "God damn it!" Woo! And people stopped and looked at me, and I just froze.
And I'm videoing her on my phone, and she's like, yeah, and look, she's turning towards the phone, yes, to get the reaction, and then I know everybody has done this. Then I look and I was like, oh God, I don't even know how to tell her this. I didn't hit record.
I know. I almost died. I was like, are you serious?
I was surprised she didn't go, let's do it again. I'm like, I'm sorry, I did not. She was, So yeah, that was a screw up by me. Then another thing is that duck game. The duck game it's not a game. It's just ducks are going around in
I think it's for little kids. I remember doing that when I at every fair, every carnival when I was a little kid.
Well, what happened is I was like, I think that's all you do is pick up the duck and here's your prize. And I thought I remembered this doing something else. And so I asked the girl who's working, I said, I know you're way too young to remember this. Has anybody ever come up and said, I remember when this game did this? And she said, no, and I think it's always just been you pick up the duck and it's what's under the duck is what you win. And she leans over the counter and she goes, this is a game for small children, sir.
No wonder you were drawn to it, WG.
I was like, okay. I get it. So, then we go to the arcade. And we're all psyched up about the skee ball and all that stuff. And it's like a big production. And I reach over to open up the door and it is locked. And what And I'm the kind of person, I stand in front of it and stare at it and just go, what is going on? Betsy's the person that goes and runs to find the nearest employee. Goes, hey, what's going on with that? Is this place closed? And they're like, oh, the guy goes, I don't think any of those games work in there. What?
I know, heartbreaking. So I hope they get that up and running again soon as well, because, a lot of my friends take their kids, and I know, like, you go ride a couple rides, then you go in somewhere with AC, like the arcade or something, let the kids play some games, cool off, and then go back out for some rides.
Yes. The arcade thing is closed, but let's pretend. Let's pretend we get in. Skee ball is there. Just to refresh everyone's memory, skee ball is not, you get 9 balls that come down, and you've got, sometimes you roll it up there and it comes back to you because you're that weak, which is probably where I would have been at that point. Or you barely get it over the little hump, and that is nothing. Then the rings start, and you've got 10 points and 20 points and 30 points, and then the holes, 40 and 50. And up in the top 2 corners, there's 100 points on each one. So the total, a perfect game, is 900 points. That's as much as you can get if you got all 9 in one of the 100s. I've only seen that happen one time, but
that person might have had too much time on their hands.
Betsy, if you had to guess, just with the math of it, what do you think your average score is?
Honestly, I don't know, but I could tell you whatever it was, I would have beat the crap out of you. I would have dominated that game.
200?
You would have gone down. You would have went home crying.
200, 150, something. I mean,
no, I know I could get at least 5.
500 points.
Like if I get to throw the ball 9 times,
yeah.
like the first 2 throws are for calculating, and then after that I've got it.
So you're the one that you go for the 100, because if you miss the 100, if it just knocks off the hole, it goes down into the gutter and you get nothing. 500, really?
I think so.
Because I've only seen 900 one time, and that was me, and that was 7 times I've done that.
Oh, are you secretly a good player and you were just pretending, and I would have gone down? Because I would have made you stay there for 3 hours. I would have killed you.
In 1998, I was on the national skee ball team for the United States. We competed at the Olympics. I'm making all this stuff now.
No. I was curious. So you're so full.
No, I don't. If I got to triple digits, I would have been happy. I don't know. Yeah. No, I promise you. No, I'm not that good. Wow, I had a dream of that one time. But and so no skee ball. Here's another little criticism. The merch, the Camden Park merch. When I was there in 2018, they have a place that sells Camden Park T-shirts and stuff. I remember in 2018, I went in there and, we're out of adult size T-shirts. And we went in this time, and they said, we are
out of adult size T-shirts.
What the hell?
Well, maybe you can go on their website and order one or something.
No, you can't. But and it's so. Betsy holds up like a pink youth size large.
He's flipping through these shirts. I obviously know they're for kids. I can tell. I don't even have kids, and I can tell the way they're folded. I'm like, these are kids. So he's like, just find me an extra large. So I just grab a youth size large. Like you said, I hold it up and I said, WG, this would fit me.
Yeah.
This is a large. There's no, sorry. These are not for adults.
But I bought one anyway, and then I just cut the sleeves off and the bottom off, and now I wear it as a tank top. No, I'm kidding.
He's wearing it right now.
Yes, it's like the classic, okay, you're trying to fit 20 pounds of potatoes in a 10-pound sack. But good news, ladies and gentlemen, get online, and there is, first of all, there's a store in Heritage Village called the Red Caboose, and they've got a bunch of it's stuff from like local artists and things, and they sell Camden Park like 8x10 paintings and prints. They sell stickers and magnets and stuff. You can go down there, and they've got stuff There's also a website I found called redbubble.com, which is also the same thing, but it's like on a worldwide level where it's local artists. You can get Camden Park T-shirts on redbubble.com, and here's the crazy part: 12 different colors and all and adult sizes. I mean, I was like, oh my gosh! I've got good news, Betsy.
If you got me a T-shirt, take it back.
You're kidding me.
Yep.
Why?
Are you one of those losers that you go somewhere you have to like get a T-shirt for everything you do?
No, but I thought it would be a nice little sentimental. Do you really not want it? I've already ordered it.
Oh, no, I do want it. I'm picking on you, number one. I'm just picking on you because I thought it was so funny because you looked so hard through all of those youth-sized T-shirts. Folks, he was so hopeful.
You are going to be washing your car with this T-shirt.
No, I'm not. I'm going to wear it to go show houses and be like, hey.
Yeah, please. Yes, she's the ambassador for Huntington area. So, yes, okay, yes, I ordered 2 T-shirts. I am
excited.
I thought it was a little nice. Oh, but at Camden Park they have a toy store.
Oh, I could not get him out of the toy store, guys.
My God.
I was like, this is going to be a mistake. This is a mistake.
It was glorious. It's like mostly retro toys. I mean, we're in there for like 30 seconds, and all of a sudden, Betsy goes, "Look, Smurfs!" And I was like, "Smurfs?" And I thought maybe it was going to be some Smurf thing. No, it was like the little
the real little action figures, from back in the day.
I used to buy Smurfs for my mom and for my dad and my sister and stuff because they were like $1 when I was a little kid. And it was like, okay, my mom loves to play tennis, and you find a Smurf playing tennis, and that would be a gift. And I'm like, here you go, happy birthday, Mom. Oh my God, it's a Smurf. Oh, he's playing tennis. I'd get one for my dad.
Hey, at least never mind.
It was Dad, here's a Smurf with a briefcase, and oh my gosh, my family's the best. And
no, I remember Smurfs. I remember that.
But
they were huge.
I was like, holy schmoly. And I'm in there looking at stuff, and then Betsy gets into kind of like mom mode because I'm like knocking things over, looking at. She's like, okay, you're knocking over the kites. I'm like, oh, did I? You're like, yes. Okay, let's go.
Like you break it, you buy it.
Yeah, let's get. And one thing I noticed is they had light brights, and okay. We talked. You mentioned Stranger Things in the previous podcast, and in the new Stranger Things season, they communicate through a light bright. And
that was season 3.
I couldn't help but think, who comes to Camden Park, buys a light bright, which is in a big. It's not big, but I mean, it's in a box that you're going to walk through Camden Park carrying a light bright box. There was dust on those boxes, and probably for a reason. And I'm not going to say that I wouldn't have bought one, but I didn't. I was like, oh, that's.
Well, let me tell you guys what I told WG. He was like, well, there's this really cool poster he was interested in, and I was like, no.
The Superman poster.
Yeah. But I was like, listen, everyone knows you ride your rides, you have your fun, then you when you're ready to leave, then you eat, then you go buy your souvenirs and you leave. She
had that. Yeah, she was.
You have to plan.
She and that's exactly what she did. It was perfect. But okay. All right, let's play a game real quick. Everybody loves the games. All right. Let's see. Betsy. All right. I'm going to give you. They used to have concerts at Camden Park. I don't know where, but they used to have them, and they had people. I think it was. I'm not sure where it was, but I'm gonna give you 5 artists, and then you tell me, did they play at Camden Park or not? Number 1, the Village People. Did the Village People ever play at Camden Park?
No, too big.
Oh, you are correct. Number 2, Dolly Parton.
Possibly.
It's a yes or no.
Oh, okay. I'm going to say no, but I feel like it's something she would do.
She played at Camden Park. Yes.
Oh, I missed it.
Cool in the Gang. Celebration and
Yes.
they did not play.
Oh.
Yes. Garth Brooks.
Yes.
And up and coming music sensation Garth Brooks. Yes, he played at Camden Park on the stadium tour between playing at FedEx Field and Yankee Stadium, and then it was Camden Park. Not really. Wilson Phillips.
Yes.
Did not play there.
No, I thought maybe they would have like on a revival tour.
They did not.
Well, also,
they
I guess I don't know when the last time they had concerts there, so I should have asked that question first. Could have won. Could have won that game.
I thought it was interesting because I don't even know where the stage was, but it must have been. I think it was. I don't know. Doesn't matter. I'm not really that interested, but it was fun. It was. I found that list and I went, oh, that's interesting. I think if you listen to the last episode when totally random, or as the kids say, rando, I don't know. Betsy's like, no, I want you to go to Camden Park. You're going to be the guide. And something. Okay. I've got to try the Dinky Dogs. And what the hell? Oh, you mean the Pronto Pups? She's like, oh, God, yeah. I got that really wrong.
I don't know how I got it so wrong.
And
Pronto Pup is it's a weird name for a corn dog. All right, I
that is true.
I was just like that's rando. Okay, I don't know.
Yes,
but yeah, it was funny.
And yes, we had the Pronto Pups and we had the funnel cakes. And like Betsy said, it's 190 degrees outside. And there's a famous scene, if you have, maybe you've seen Anchorman with Will Ferrell, and he's walking through downtown San Diego, and it's boiling hot. He's, milk was a bad choice. When it's that hot, and it's like, hey, let's try a Pronto Pup. It's like, oh, this is not. I mean, okay, what were your thoughts?
If you're too hot for a Dinky Dog Pronto Pup, something's wrong with you, okay? All right, we need to work on that. But no, I insisted. I was really excited. And I was surprised. I think they actually make them there. They're not like frozen corn dogs at all.
They're made with pancake batter.
It had a lot of batter on it. Like it wasn't on a popsicle stick. It was on a real stick. Like they were heavy. I was like, this is a substantial treat. Mm-hmm. And I had to ask for some mustard to dip it in because you don't just eat a dry Pronto Pup. Nobody should. Or
right.
Ketchup, whatever your preference. But I thought they were really good. What's funny to me, he stood in line for the Pronto Pups, and I had to stand in the line next to him to get the funnel cake. Everyone likes funnel cake. It's just a really basic dessert. And the sweet little girl that was making it, she gave it a shake with the powdered sugar. And it was just barely a dusting. And I just kind of looked at her. I looked at her. I just kind of grinned. And I was like, like you nod your head like, give another shake.
I hate to quote the Def Leppard song, but you better pour some sugar on me, girl.
Well, that was another mistake because, she went, and I was like, thank you. And like, as she hands it to me, I reach in and get like 30 napkins because it had so much powdered sugar on it. It was like around the plate. So I was like, all right. So
it looked like a flocked Christmas tree.
I was like, I'm just going to walk over to the trash can, put my thumb on it so I don't drop it, but give it a little shake to get some of this off. Well, right when I turned around, ladies and gentlemen, the wind blew. All right, so I walk up. WG went and he found us a bench in the shade to sit there and eat our treats before we go. And I've got powdered sugar all over my shirt. It's in my hair. It looks like I have a powdered wig on.
No, you came over and I went, look, Betsy, I promise I will not tell anybody, but do you have a cocaine problem?
Because No, that's not funny.
It is. You got it all over you.
No. And we have sunscreen on. And you guys know if you're out in the sun, you have sunscreen on, like you might get a little sticky or something. It's all over my shirt. It's all over my legs, my arms. I'm trying to rub it off, but it's just rubbing in with my sunscreen. And I was like, great. So I'm not going to get skin cancer, but I'm going to attract every bee and insect in here.
Yes.
It was like everywhere, but it was really, really good.
And it was so hot.
It hit the spot.
And I don't want to dwell on it because I can, but I've never paid $4 for a snow cone, but that was the best damn snow cone I've ever had in my life because of the temperature and the. Oh my God! Talk about refreshing. I was like, oh my God, this is fantastic. And yep, Betsy is again coaching me on. No, you got to get to the saturated part where all the syrup goes to the bottom. And I was like, oh my God, she's right. This is like golden. This is there's a rainbow in front of me. I blacked out, I think, for a few minutes. It was like,
well, it was so hot, it was melting, and it's just shaved ice with syrup on it. So when it's really hot, all the syrup just goes down into the cup. So I was trying to take bites of ice and like use my hand to make a little hole, so you get a bite of ice and you tip your cup.
Oh, it was perfect. I was like, oh my God, this is exactly.
It hit the spot.
It was,
thank God they sell ice cream and snow cones.
Yes,
for sure.
It was perfect. So, all right. Well, we're gonna kind of start to wrap it up. I had a good time overall. Betsy, you now are a veteran of Camden Park. What were your overall thoughts?
I was very pleasantly surprised. I love the nostalgia of it. I loved all the vintage rides. I think it would be really fun to go at night too, to see it all lit up, because that just had.
Oh, it is cool. Yeah,
that adds like a whole nother atmosphere to it. And I had a really great time. And if my nieces and nephews come up and visit me this summer, I would love to take them. I hope that it's around for another 100 years.
Well, I had a blast. Let me just say, I couldn't. When you asked me, I was flattered. I could not imagine having that much fun with anybody other than you.
Oh, thank you so much. You were a very great host. You were very gracious. I knew at one point I was like, all right, he's getting really tired. It was really hot.
But we had a blast. And I didn't want to overcome you with just like, oh, I remember this, but I will have to say that just walking around, it's I posted on social media, I think for Father's Day, a picture of my father and I, black and white. I don't know, I'm 9 or something like that. I've got the Paul Stanley from Kiss puckered lips and stuff. That was taken at Camden Park at one of those photo booths that you get 4 photos in 30 seconds or whatever. I remember exactly where that photo booth is, and it's not there. But I'm like, wow. Another thing that I remembered, and it's still like this today, is those little kid rides. You just go around. You got 2 types of kids. Number one is you've got the kid who really thinks they are driving that boat, and they are concentrating on the steering wheel, and they're looking up at the boat in front of them, and kind of like, okay, let's make sure we keep on track. And then you've got the other kid who is spinning the spinning wheel like the Wheel of Fortune. They know we have no control over this. It's just going to go around. But the parents that stand by the gate and just wave, and the kids come around every time and they wave. I remember my mom being there, waving her hand off every time.
Yeah. And
I was just like, well, and now of course everybody has their phones out and they're videoing it. It's just, I was like, that's the best. And I don't know if you remember this, Betsy, but we went over to the log flume. We decided, let's not do the log flume, but a log comes down. It's got 3 little kids in it. They go through the little splash zone. After you hit the splash zone, it starts coasting, kind of, and you're getting ready to go into the little shed where, okay, you get off and the next kids get on and stuff. And there was a little kid, as cute as he could be, in the very back, pumping his fist up and down. I don't know, he's probably 6 or 7, pumping his fist up and down, just going, again, again. I was like, that's Camden Park. We had, look, this is not the Joe Rogan show. I don't have millions of people listening and stuff, but for the people who listen, and I certainly appreciate it, we had, I think the podcast company, Circle 270 Media, they kind of look at all those numbers and they're like, yeah, you have 150 comments and questions and things just about when you go to Camden Park, here's what Betsy needs to do, and this and that and the other thing. And when you have that many comments, you certainly have a handful of people, oh, that place is terrible. Here's my overall reaction. Camden Park is not built or it's not an adult thing.
It is for kids. For making those memories when it's important when your kids are young.
It's all I saw kids smiling and cheering, kids holding hands, and I can't remember the last time I saw a kid gallop. I forgot a kid. I forgot how to gallop. I was like, "What is that kid do?" Oh my God! I had to kind of think to myself, "Is that a skip or is that a gallop?" I think that's a gallop, and it's just that's what it's about. It's not. I mean, look, I've been to, and yeah, shout out to Brooke and Blake. I had a span where we went to so many amusement parks, and so I've done Cedar Point and Universal Studios and the Great American Adventure and Kings Island and Kings Dominion and Disney and I mean I've been to all of them. If you want a thrill ride, no, this is not going to be a thrill ride. Even though when you get to a certain age like I am, even the carousel's a thrill ride. But it is perfect for kids to, I don't know if you want to say cut their teeth. That's probably a bad. They shouldn't actually cut their teeth there, but it's a great training ground. But it's just I love it.
It's just pure fun.
Yes,
it's just pure childhood fun. You should take your kids for sure.
Yes, it was. I give it 5 stars. I mean, what do you? It's up to you. What do you think? 1 to 5.
The same. I agree. And just the fact that it's here, that it's in West Virginia. I mean, I'm from Bluefield, and I remember we would take field trips to different parts of Virginia, go see all kinds of things. I'd never heard of it growing up, in the state, and I was like, wow. I wonder, if I didn't know if schools did field trips or something, because that would have been fun.
It's great. I thought it was great fun. I thought everything was, other than the Big Dipper being closed, everything was. I thought it was clean. It was
very clean.
Yeah. So, anyway, all right, we're wrapping up. Betsy, did you have a good time?
I had a wonderful time. Yes, I did, and who knows? Maybe I'll come back. Maybe we'll go explore something else in the fall. Who knows?
Yes. There we go. All right. Well, yes, I'm getting nostalgic and. Betsy, you take us out.
He's getting weepy, guys. All right, guys. I'm Betsy Martin. Thank you for listening, and we are out of here.
Thanks for listening to the Huntington Tri-State Time Machine, brought to you by Realty Exchange, the top performing real estate company in the Huntington, West Virginia Tri-State Area. If you have a memory you would want WG to talk more about, just send him an email at memories@htstimemachine.com. or post a comment on the Time Machine Facebook group page. Did you like this episode? Be sure to share it with friends and family. You can find a link in the show notes that you can use to share it. And be sure to let Realty Exchange know that you like the podcast as well. Their contact information can be found in this episode's show notes.